This is a disclaimer. Before we get into the show, the things talked about in this podcast is props, meaning everything is alleged. Allegedly. Kick your shit, bitch.
Welcome to Kicking Shit with Rich. Welcome, y'all. Shout out to the day one listeners and viewers. Shout out to all my people who got off their ass and made something shake. You know, y'all get the motherfucking cheers. Yeah. You know, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up on this video and any other video that that I'm dropping and shit like that. I'm trying to get in the algorithm. I want my voice heard. I'm trying to continue to grow this channel and shit like that. You know, season 2, season finale. I mean, I didn't even think I was gonna make it this far with this podcast and shit. It's weird that I even got one that I'm talking and shit. And it's even weird that I'm talking to a fucking camera. Like, that shit weird. Especially coming from where I come from. This shit is so weird. But cheers to me. Yeah. Last episode I gave y'all the breaking news with the Diddy situation. I took over the media. He's still taking over the media right now. So I'm just providing y'all with an update that's going around. And jumping right into it. Diddy, I pretty much thought that he was gonna get a bail, but feds, they had other plans in mind. And Diddy, he's staying locked up after the judge rejected his proposal, from the as he await his sex trafficking trial. Was U.S. District Judge Andrew Carter ruled that Combs' plan, which included a $50 million bail offer, GPS monitoring, and strict limitations on visitors, was insufficient to ensure the safety of the community and the integrity of his case. Carter, agreeing with prosecutors who fought to keep Combs in jail, found that no condition or set of conditions governing his release could guard him the risk of threatening or harming witnesses. That's a central charge in this case. He was motherfucking. I believe they said in the unsealed documents that he was like pretty much tampering with people who was like has lawsuits against him and things like that. He called one of the girls, that Danny the Kane girl, Dawn Richards, I believe. He called her like 50 something times or something, 28 times or 50 something times in one day. So that was like weird. That's real weird. Weird odd behavior. So yeah, they don't want him fucking with nobody, harming nobody, and tampering with witnesses in the case. Because they believe he got power and the money to, help influence their decisions and stuff like that. And Combs' lawyer, they was making their second attempt in as many days to try to get him up out the Metropolitan Detention Center. He up in New York, and he been held there since last Tuesday. He pled not guilty to charges. He physically and sexually abused women for years. Combs, he has been, we said that, man. We said that. But the federal judge rejected Combs' deal, his initial bail request. And the lawyers, they struck out with the judge on Tuesday and Wednesday. The judge wasn't going for none of that shit. They denied that shit both times. And his defense lawyer says that they will ask a second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn Carter's ruling and release Combs. In the meantime, he wants Combs moved from the Brooklyn lockup, which has been plagued by rampant violence and horrific conditions, to a jail in New Jersey. He went in New Jersey, I'm sorry. But Carter said decisions on placement are entirely up to the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Ooh, that nigga in federal custody, and he went from living luxury to, man, just picture, you going from, living they say he was almost worth $1 billion, but he was living a mega $1 million, superstar lifestyle, and now this nigga going to, three little phony trays a day of bullshit meals with no seasoning and shit like that. And the jail meals is bullshit. Y'all can Google that shit, how that shit look and taste, whatever. But more updates. From at least 2008 through the present, it said Combs led a criminal enterprise that existed to facilitate his abuse and exploitation of women, to protect his reputation and to conceal his conduct. As part of that criminal enterprise, Combs, along with other members and associates of the enterprises, speaking of that enterprise, I'm quite sure. I don't know if y'all heard about all these CEOs and that have been stepping down recently. A lot of CEOs and higher, people in high positions at these jobs and companies and businesses. They've been all like stepping down. Recently, it was like as much as like 20 of them that stepped down. Once Combs, I call this nigga Combs. Once Diddy got locked up and shit, so that was like weird and odd. And me personally, I believe like all this is like connected for real because Diddy, I believe Diddy got information on the higher ups, on other members for real. So and that could like jeopardize everything. And I also feel like Diddy, he made one of the higher ups mad. That's why the police, the feds, and that's why he in the situation he in right now. So they had to get him up out of there. And one of the ways to get you up out of there is the jail, and the other one is either death. But it said Combs, along with other members and associates of the enterprise, committed crimes including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The arson that comes from Diddy blowing up Kid Cudi car and shit like that. Among other things, Combs' sexual abuse of women included causing them to engage in frequent days-long sexual activity with male commercial sex workers, some of whom were transported over state lines. These events, which caused Combs referred to as freak-offs, were elaborate sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, and often electronically recorded. To ensure participation in freak-offs, Combs used violence and intimidation and leveraged his power over victims. Power he obtained through obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, exploiting his financial support to them, and threatening to cut off the same and controlling their careers. Combs also threatening his victims, he also threatened his victims um, by threatening to expose the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of freak offs if the women did not comply with his demands. Like Diddy, oh man, this sound like uh, the freak off horror house or some shit, like a freak show for real. Like this crazy, yo. This devil's act, most definitely acts of a devil. But man, it's like a lot, yo. We still got more to get into with this Diddy update and shit like that, man. We be right the fuck back, man. I got some promo to get into, man. Bring the sponsors up. Let's go.
This ad is sponsored by Kicking Shit with Rich. New season, new motherfucking merch. We got everything from t-shirts, backpacks, sweaters, hoodies, socks, candles, and more. Don't be the fuck selfish. Spend some money. The only way is up. Fuck the phonies. Kick your shit, bitch. Oh shit now. In partnership with Adidas, we got some new fucking merch. Kicking Shit with Rich has official gear with the stripes. I repeat, Kicking Shit with Rich has official gear with the stripes. Is your store doing it like this? Cause I don't think so. Anyway, we got Adidas podcast logo tees and hoodies of multiple colors. Shop this collab while it's here right now. Don't be selfish, people. Spend some money. Follow us on Instagram to access the merch store. And remember, the only way is 3 stripes. Fuck the phonies. Kick your shit, bitch.
And welcome back to the show, man. Welcome back. Season finale shit, season 2 shit, man. Once again, give me the cheers. Yeah, man. Got this Diddy update, man. All this sexual abuse shit. And with the prostitution, little sex ring. But oh yeah, man, yeah, speaking of prostitution, a lot of you females out here, y'all most definitely selling a pussy, whether you know it or not, or whether in denial with it or not, or whatever. When y'all meet niggas and shit like that, and that nigga, buying you food and shit like that, he take you out on a date, y'all go do some activities, whatever. And at the end of the night, y'all come back and y'all fuck. What that is? When that's your first time meeting a guy, shit like that, y'all go on dates and stuff like that. All that shit I just previously said. What y'all think that is? That's most definitely prostitution, whether you believe it or not. You selling the pussy. Rather if he giving you the money direct or indirect, he's still spending his money on some things for you, or some things that he doing with you, and you benefiting from it as well. So, y'all think that y'all might be feeling the vibe and shit like that. That's why y'all give up the panties. But yeah. I mean, you ain't gotta agree with me. I ain't it's just off the top right now. I ain't really like sat down and got to like you know, uh have my full thoughts out and shit like that. I'm just doing this on the wing, but yeah, man, that's pretty much prostitution to you whores out there, you ladies, you females out there. Some females, they just get straight to it. They like when guys, straight give them the money, and they ain't got nothing to talk about. They just get straight to the activity, and that's that. No feelings involved. They go back to their separate lives doing what they do, shit like that. And some females, they want to get to know the person. Not even get to know the person. They just want to go out with the person, go out in public, do some, like I said, do activities. Go out, get some food out the nigga, shit like that. Smoke, smoke hella weed. Get free casa, free Don Julio, free Delion out the nigga. Rather, if you drown in that liquor or whatever, don't matter. I mean, still getting the pussy, still paying for the pussy. Don't matter. But yeah, back to this Diddy situation, yo. It say Combs' efforts to control women included repeated physically. Rep, mm, Combs' effort to control women included repeated physical abuse. Combs assaulted women by striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at them, and kicking them. Diddy similarly, he assaulted witnesses. Damn, he assaulted witnesses too. Damn, that's crazy. And they also said that the injuries from Diddy assaulting the injuries would take days or weeks to heal. So he was like really like beating the shit out them motherfuckers, really treating them like slaves and shit like that. Like that's weird. That's wicked. And Diddy here is charged with one count of racketeering conspiracy, which carries a maximum sentence of life in prison. One count of sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion, which carries a maximum sentence of life in prison and a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years in prison, and a one count of transportation of purposes of of prostitution, which carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. One count of transportation for purposes of prostitution. Okay. And the statutory maximum and mandatory penalties are prescribed by Congress and are provided here for informational purposes only, as any sentences of the defendant will be determined by the judge. So, and yeah, listen to this. The case is being handled by the Office Civil Rights Unit in the Criminal Division. Assistant U.S. Attorneys Meredith Foster, Emily Johnson, Christy Slavic, Madison Reddick Smizer, and Mitzi Steiner. They all white women. They handling the case. Diddy, black man, and they want Diddy done. He got three women, prosecuting him, and yeah, man, he done. He most definitely done. They gonna fry his ass, yo. So they already denied his $50 million bail package, which lets you know that it ain't no money, ain't no amount of money that you got that's gonna we gonna let you skate free. Like you most definitely got, you know, you you gotta suffer real quick. You made your bed, you gotta lay in it, pretty much. And Diddy ain't the only one out here doing the sexual assault. You know, men ain't the only one who doing it. Females, it's females out here who assaulting men, sexually assaulting men. It's a true story. About 3 days ago at work, um, uh, don't matter where I work at, but yeah, a little coworker, whatever, little new hire, whatever. I was helping her on the job and stuff like that, and I could tell she liked me a lot because I be chatting with uh the little guys on my job and shit. We be chatting about whatever, and she like be right there in the area, and I look up, she be like looking at me every time, staring and like smirking and shit. And I be like, what the fuck? Like before I even looked up and noticed and shit, one of my the guy I was talking to, he like, yo, why that chick keep looking at you and shit? And he like, yo, I bet she do it again. So I look up, and as I look up, she straight look at me, smiling and like staring. It was like it was crazy, yo. It most definitely was crazy. And from that moment right there, I could tell like she liked me and shit, whatever. So me, I'm being mature about the shit. So I go back to because I had to help her with her truck and shit, whatever. So I go back to working with her, and she tell me she tell me she had a boyfriend. I didn't ask that. I was just helping her do the truck and stuff like that. And as I'm doing the truck, I turn around and she just be staring at me, smirking still. I'm like in my head, I'm like, yo, this bitch is really crazy, yo. But anyway, the work shift go by. She come give me a hug and shit. She tell me she leaving. So I'm like, okay, enjoy the rest of your day and stuff like that. So as she hugged me, I feel, a little pat on my privates and shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was like accident or something. I thought it was like her bag tapped me or something because she came give me a hug or whatever. And then the pat happened again. So I'm like, that ain't no coincidence again, yo. Like, yeah, man, she grabbed my penis, man, grabbed my private area. So I was like, oh, I felt so violated. I was so shocked and appalled. And I couldn't even go tell the manager because the manager I work for, this nigga, he be man, I work in a hostile work environment. It's real toxic. But I couldn't even go tell the manager because he be running around slapping asses and shit, man. Like, so I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And I felt so violated. Couldn't tell the managers, and I can't go call police and file a report or nothing like that. Because then if I do that, guys gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Is you gay or something? Like the fuck? But I'm like, yo, I'm just thinking to myself, like I felt so violated. I jumped back and stuff, and I was like, what is you doing? Like, what the fuck was that? And she like, well, um, that's what happens when you hug me. She said some shit about something about I don't know about me hugging her. That's why she did it, or I guess she took the opportunity. She took the opportunity because I guess because when people hug, I guess my private area probably touched her or something like that. I don't know, but I'm like, yo, that shit was so crazy, yo. Felt so violated, and I didn't know what to do. I'm my mental most definitely scarred. Like I be anytime I close my eyes, I that moment comes back and it just come rushing to me and shit, and I be jumping and stuff like that. And I be like, man, see that shit, it's coming back to me now, man. I gotta go. Dang, man, that shit crazy. But men ain't the only one out here doing it too. It's females out here who creeps as well, man. Most definitely creeps. And, yeah, man, that's a Diddy update on this shit, man. Y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at Kicking Shit with Rich. You type the name in on one platform, you spell it right on all the rest of them. Man. Season finale shit, man. I'm proud of myself. Give me the cheers. Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all, man. Shop at the merch store as well. And yeah, man. Season 3 on the way, man. Let's get straight to it. And we out this bitch.
Kick your shit, bitch.
Yeah, man. Females be out here sexually assaulting niggas too, man. They need to go to fucking jail, man. For real. And you know who you is, co-worker.